Hello everybody, welcome back to a Look Be a Landlord content patch video. So today's content patch number 10, and it is a balance patch and a quality of life patch. So we've known about a few of the changes for a while now. We knew there's going to be a lot of quality of life. However, I don't think any of us were expecting the amount of balance changes that have actually been introduced in this patch. So let's start. So Look Be a Landlord has received its 10th content patch, which has new content and quality of life features. So here we go, new content. Okay, straight away they've added 3 new symbols. So here added 3 new symbols, 1 common, 1 uncommon, 1 rare. I believe they've added the light bulb. I believe they've added the light bulb has been re-added. So if you've been around for a while, the light bulb used to be in the game, used to affect flowers and stuff like that. I think it now affects like cleaning rag items, so minerals and diamonds and that kind of stuff. They've also added a time capsule, which I'm not too sure what it does yet. Haven't seen that yet in the game. So they've added a time capsule, and they've also added a comedian, which is interesting. And the comedian multiplies a few things. I think it multiplies bananas, monkey, toddlers. I can't think what else. Kind of weird, but that's the new. Well, those are the new 3 symbols that have been added, and then the 2 new items. Oh, my bad, actually. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, and then the 2 items. Okay, so this is dark humor, which multiplies is a bunch of things, I guess, and then dark humor essence. So I haven't seen most of these items yet. I've only seen the first 2 that I mentioned, or the first 2 symbols. So we're going to be hunting for these later tonight on stream. So if you don't follow me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/APQ live. Go give me a follow. I'll be live later tonight, although I'm not too sure what time yet. Likely 7 p.m. British Summer Time-ish. 7 p.m. BST. But go give me a follow. If not, of course, the stream will be uploaded to YouTube later on. They've modified 5 existing symbols. And they've modified 37 existing items. So this is where the big part of the balance comes in. This is the essence balance here. And they've removed a symbol. I actually don't know what symbol this is, but it lists this under game balance. We should be able to find it. New features. Here we go. Added sliders that can change various in-game colors. Yes, my thumbnails are about to be looking so good. Different color every day, maybe. Let's go. Added a setting for counting speed. Okay. Added a setting for scientific notation. Here we go. I talked about this in yesterday's video, I think. That's good. Okay. Added a setting for digit separators. Let's go. So you can, like, the commas in between, like, you know. Oh, that'll be good, actually. Added settings that can decrease the game speed. Wow, that would be kind of interesting. Added 15 tips that can appear after from the 5th rent payment onward if the floor 2 is unlocked. Okay. Added titles to the reminder text of removal tokens, reroll tokens, and essence tokens. Made the animation speed also apply to the email pop-ups. Okay. Improved positioning and sizing of reminder text on symbols. Replaced decimal points with decimal commas if the language is set to French. Oh yeah, that makes sense actually. True. Yeah, this makes sense. So, okay, game balance. This is where the patch starts to get hefty. This is the big chunk of it. So, huge right here. Items can now have their effects toggled by hovering over them and pressing the enable disable item hotkey. Right mouse button by default. So, say if we get Lucky Cat essence, if we get Lucky Cat and we don't want Lucky Cat to be active, because I want to get a thing of 20 cats, but obviously the more cats I have, the less likely I'm to find cats because they're a common symbol. We can turn it off. Same goes for lint roller. If we don't want it to remove rabbit fluff, we can just turn it off. That's great. I like that. Items can now reappear in the item pool after being destroyed. Okay. So, like symbol bombs and lunch boxes and stuff like that. I kind of like that. That's kind of good. Adoption papers essence now gives 33 coins when destroyed instead of 50. Okay, there's our first nerf then. Ancient lizard blade essence now gives 40 coins and gives 8 coins less for each symbol in the inventory of a quantity of 2 or more, instead of 80 coins and 10 less. Probably it definitely works out as a nerf, doesn't it? Anthropology degree is now rare. Are you kidding me? No, my favorite item. Mainly because it helps with the cultists, of course. Anthropology degree is now rare. Okay, not a big fan of that. Oh no, Anthropology degree essence now gives a permanent multiplier of 1.5 when destroyed instead of 2 times. No. Stop destroying anthropology degree. Okay, big symbol bomb essence now gives 2 removal tokens when destroyed instead of 4 removal tokens. Wow. Okay, they really are out here trying to kill me. Booster pack essence now destroys itself after 10 spins instead of 0 spins. It's a big nerf, actually. You don't get to choose the very rare symbols straight after you add the essence. Kind of sad. Capsule machine is now rare instead of uncommon. Oh my god. Okay. Cardboard box now gives a removal token every 9 spins. Yeah, this is like heavy nerf. So that's like 1 removal token every rent payment pretty much. Checkered flag essence now destroys itself after 7 triggers instead of 5 triggers. Chicken coop essence now gives a permanent bonus of 4 coins when destroyed instead of 3 coins. Okay. Chicken build, I see you. That's kind of a buff actually. Compost heap essence now has 2 watermelons when destroyed instead of 3 watermelons. Oh my god. Copycat essence now destroys itself when 5 cats are adjacent instead of 4 cats. Yo, these nerfs are strong. Cyan pepper has had its description reworded to increase clarity. Doesn't change the effect. Same with the essence as well. Dishwasher now gives an essence token every 12 spins instead of every 9 spins. So that's not even one every... Oh, that's not even one every rent payment. Okay. Dogs now have the additional effect of giving 1 additional coin if adjacent to at least 1 non-billionaire human symbol. Okay. I kind of like that actually. Where are we? Dwarven Anvil Essence now gives a permanent multiplier of 1.5 when destroyed instead of 2. Essence capsules now have a base value of minus 12 coins instead of 0 coins. Wait, what? Wait, does that mean it's going to take 12 coins away from us if we add an essence capsule? So an essence is going to cost us 12 coins? Oh my god. Frozen pizza essence now destroys itself after 5 triggers instead of 10. Frying pan essence now gives a permanent multiplier of 3 times when destroyed instead of 2. Great, so they've increased frying pan essence. Okay. Golden carrot essence. Oh, I'm actually off the screen there, my bad. Golden carrot essence now destroys itself after 7 spins instead of 0 spins and makes 1 symbol very rare instead of 2 symbols. Oh my god. Goldilocks has been reworked to have the effect you may destroy this item and add 3 bears instead of a previous effect. Oh. Okay. So before Goldilocks used to give you 50 gold if there was 3 or more bears. But now you add Goldilocks and you can destroy it and get the option to add 3 bears. Okay. Hooligans now have a base value of 2 coins instead of 1. Okay, I kind of like that. Instant ramen essence now has 2 items when destroyed instead of 3. Oh my god. I always forget I have this anyway, but still kind of insane. Jack-o'-lantern essence now gives a permanent multiplier of 1.5 instead of 2. That's sad. Carla Kernel essence now destroys itself if there are at least 3 shiny pebbles instead of 5. Okay. Bit of a buff there. That's kind of good. Lucky Carrot essence now destroys itself after 15 spins instead of 0. Oh, I can't believe how much they're nerfing. I mean, I suppose it did. You know, it was relatively easy. Maybe they're trying to, you know, actually make it challenging again. Lunchbox essence now gives 33 coins instead of 50. Maxwell the Bear essence now gives a permanent multiplier of 1.5 instead of 2. Miners now give 15 coins for each ore instead of 10. This has been buffed again. Once upon a time, miners only gave 5 coins. And then it went up to 10 and now 15. Mines now have a base value of 4 coins instead of 1. Okay, let's go mines. I like that. Although they only stay on the board for like 4 spins anyway, but it's still good. Same as a spirit now. And you also get the ore out of it as well, of course. What else have we got? Nori the Rabbit Essence now gives a permanent multiplier of 1.5 times when destroyed instead of 2. And destroys itself if there are 4 rabbits instead of 3. Okay, nerfing the rabbits. Piggy Bank now gives 2.5 the coins. 2.5 times the coins inside it when destroyed instead of the 2 times coins. Kind of makes it worth it now. It wasn't really worth it before. Plum? No way! That's a symbol that's been removed. My plum. Plum has been removed from the game. Ah, I always add plums. Little 2 value fruit. That's kind of sad. Why have they done that? Can't believe you've done this. Protractor Essence now destroys itself after 4 spins instead of 6. Oh my god. No. You have not done this to me. No, we're having a fight. I'm about to have a fight. Recycling is now very rare instead of rare. Are you kidding me? Wow, game's actually going to get tough then, real soon. Recycling essence now gives 5 reroll tokens instead of 8. Small symbol bomb essence now gives 1 removal token instead of 2. Swear jar essence now gives 40 coins if a spin's total is 20 coins or less, instead of giving 50 coins if a spin's total is 15 coins or less. Interesting. Telescope essence now destroyed itself after 3 spins. See, if that was that yesterday, we wouldn't have made it to 1 billion in yesterday's video. Although we did have popsicles, so maybe we would have, but still. Time machine essence now destroys itself after 2 triggers instead of 3. And very big symbol bomb essence now gives 4 removal tokens when destroyed instead of 8. And Zarof's contract essence now gives 50 coins when destroyed instead of 77. Wow. Those are some real big nerfs. Like, actually insane nerfs. I mean, they obviously want to make it challenging again and balance it out, but that's going to take a while to get used to. That's some big changes there, especially stuff like recycling and like essences, like the essence capsules costing 12 coins and stuff like that. Also, capsule machine becoming rare. That's going to be crazy. I'm not sure I'm really prepared for that. As long as I don't move rusty gear to rare, we should be safe for a little bit. Okay, and this is where they go on to talk about, oh my god. This is where they go on to talk about why the effects or why the changes have took place. So pretty much here they mentioned that, yeah, there was a feeling that the game was too easy. So they're trying to balance it. Essences were nerfed in ways that may seem slightly unfun on the surface. Okay. Right, that many of you can see that the added challenge, there we go, of trying to optimize and min-max a game of Luck Be Landlord is important to the health of the game. That's true. It's all about the challenges. But yeah, essences were indeed build winning. You get the 1 essence that you need, it's an endless run. So, makes sense. The game's been extensively tested on floor 15, and the maximum difficulty level has been brought to a place that should be fun for players seeking a challenge. Well, that's interesting. So floor 15 may be more difficult than we expect, because here it says the other 14 floors also always available for players seeking an easier experience. So how hard is floor 15 now? They're also looking into revamping the apartment floor system. Okay. In order to make some of the added difficulty feel less artificial. Okay, so we got a few things there basically saying, hey, we're trying to make it harder, and we're going to change apartment floors to maybe make it feel harder as well. Okay, I like it. So, here is why stuff has been changed. So, item disabling was mostly added as a quality of life feature rather than as a balance feature, as it's not likely to be very relevant in pre-endless mode. There may still be some situations where you want to disable an item before endless mode though. Keep an eye out. I'm excited for this because we can take those items now that I never usually take. Like we can disable oil can. How many times do you see me skip oil can in endless? About 1 million times. That's really good. Okay, items reappearing after being destroyed is also mostly to add a bit more endless mode variety, as the likelihood of the same item appearing twice in pre-endless mode is relatively unlikely. Not impossible though. Makes sense, to be honest. We get to have more lunchboxes and stuff. Adoption Papers Essence, Ancient Lizard Blade Essence, Lunchbox Essence, and Zarof's Contract Essence had their coin values reduced as their effect was relatively easy to obtain compared to how many coins were given. True. I agree with that. Here we go. Right, come on, you gotta sell this to me. This is the big one. Anthropology degree is now rare instead of uncommon, as there are now enough human symbols in the game to increase its power level to that of a rare. There were only 19 human symbols when the item was initially added to the game, as opposed to the 25 that are in the game now. Anthropology degree essence had its permanent multiplier reduced, as the effect was frequently more than the game winning when triggered. And finding 9 worthwhile human symbols was easiest to do than initially anticipated. And it makes sense. I imagine we're still going to be doing just fine with this because it works with Rusty Gear Essence as well, so it's not too bad, but it does definitely make me sad. The symbol bomb essences have had their removal tokens halved, as the amount of removal tokens they previously granted was more than enough to greatly sway the outcome of the game. I kind of agree there, to be honest. You could just keep adding capsules and you'd get the 8 removal tokens. And it was kind of like, well, I didn't really add any symbols for this because I just added like capsules and removal tokens and stuff. So yeah, kind of weird. Booster pack essence, golden carrot essence, and lucky carrot essence now have spin timers before their effects trigger in order to reduce their power level, as their effects being immediate led them to being some of the most powerful essences in the game. I'm still keeping an eye on reducing their power levels further if necessary. I mean, yeah, this is true. You could add these essences and get to benefit from their very rare symbols straight away, so it makes sense. Here we go. Here's another big one. Capsule machine is now rare instead of uncommon. Is there now enough capsule symbols in the game to increase its power level to that of a rare? There were only 5 capsule symbols when the item was initially added to the game, as opposed to the 10 that are in the game now. Okay, kind of crazy. Didn't actually realize there were 10. I guess time capsules put that up to there. Kind of makes sense. Obviously, we've got essence capsules and tedium capsules and stuff now. So, okay. Oh, cardboard box and dishwasher had their spin timer values increased, as their effects were happening frequently enough that the game could be drastically shifted soon after one of the items was obtained. This should help bring the items to a more baseline power level while still keeping them fun to use. It's true. You get cardboard box, you can refine a build so quick. It's so good. I'm kind of sad about the dishwasher change though. The checkered flag essence was buffed in order to slightly increase the power level of the essence, as it could be lacking when compared to many of the other essences. A notable exception is when the player has this item in Robin Hood, but that combo shouldn't come up too frequently. Yeah, I don't really benefit from this much, so maybe we'll try it again now. Or from now on, I should say. Chicken coop essence and frying pan essence had their bonuses increased, as their effect were very difficult to obtain, so this should make achieving them more rewarding when one can pull it off. Let's go, chicken builds. Maybe we'll get a successful one this time. So the compost heap essence's effect could be easily triggered at many stages of the game, so the amount of watermelons added from it has been reduced in order to reduce its power level. Yeah, this kind of makes sense. If you get this essence early, and you can just add, like, I don't know, somehow add symbols that can be like free symbols that can be destroyed, you could get free watermelons very early on. And because the way watermelons work now, that's free 6 value symbols pretty much, if you haven't already got watermelons on the board, because of course you get 1 more for every watermelon. So kind of really strong actually. You saw the watermelon build, this helped us out a lot, so it makes sense it's been nerfed, but I'm sad about it, to be honest. The copycat essence's effect was almost always game winning when triggered, true, but could be obtained too easily. For this reason, the amount of adjacent cats needed for the effect was increased by 1 in order to reduce the amount of autopilot runs obtainable early in the game. The resulting effect was retained, however, as it can be very fun to play with once it's achieved. True. I kind of like that. They just made it harder to get, but the same effect. I like that. Cat builds are fun. Hopefully we'll get another one soon. Dogs were only ever really useful if the player had Quigley the Wolf. True. So adding a new effect to them should increase their early game viability. So if a dog is next to a human that isn't a billionaire, because obviously billionaires have no souls. So if a dog is next to a human, it gets an extra gold value added to it temporarily. That's good. I like that. Might be worth actually adding dogs now. Dwarven Anvil Essence, Jack-o'-lantern Essence, and Maxwell the Bear Essence had their permanent multipliers reduced, as their effects were too easy to trigger when compared to the long-term benefits that were granted. Yeah, it makes sense, but you know, all 3 of these are very good essences, so maybe they deserve the nerf. But once again, it's just making it more difficult. But 1.5 times is still good. If you have the you know, the equivalent items to go along with this, you should be fine as well. But it's kind of weird that everything's getting nerfed into the ground. Might be a very difficult month until the next patch, but we'll see. So essence capsules had their base value greatly reduced, as they were far too powerful and game changing for effectively no risk to the player. Adding a detriment will make players have to think a bit more as to whether they can take an essence capsule. I'm keeping an eye on alternative solutions and tweaks to the symbol if necessary. So I always had essence capsules, but now if an essence capsule is going to cost me 12, I'm likely not going to add essence capsules until we're like endless, because 12 gold, amount of times we clear a rent payment with like 10 spare. It's kind of spooky, to be honest. Okay, frozen pizza essence's effect was far too powerful when compared to how many extra symbols could be seen and potentially added. For this reason, its trigger value was halved. True. You had this, was it 10 spins you had this for? And then with Popsicle, it's 20. So, that's a lot of symbols there. And isn't it every spin as well as opposed to every other spin like normal frozen pizza? So, yeah, that makes sense. That was strong. The Goldilocks has been reworked as a previous effect was nearly impossible to trigger and for very little reward. True. By the time you've got 3 bears, you've probably already got a successful honey bear build going. And 50 gold from Goldilocks doesn't really matter, so that makes sense. The updated effect still fits with the theme of the item and also combos nicely with her essence counterpart. I'm currently exploring solutions to rework Flush as well, as it has similar problems to pre-rework Goldilocks. I 100% agree with this final sentence. You hardly ever see me take Flush. That makes perfect sense. The hooligans were buffed as they were almost always outclassed by the grave robber item. Yes. This value increase should make hooligans feel like less of a detriment when kept around for many spins. Thank you. You always see me add hooligans and kind of remove them as soon as they've done their job. But this is good because it means you can keep them around, and it also kind of, entices you to add more urns and stuff. So that's a great change. The instant ramen essence was extremely powerful when compared to many of the other essences. So the amount of items one can add after skipping an item was reduced by 1. So you used to skip an item and then you'd get to choose 3 items. Now you can choose 2. I think this makes sense because that's what instant ramen does. Gives you the option of 2 items after each rent payment. The essence makes it happen once, like a little temporary thing. But there's obviously a con to it, is that you have to skip an item first. And giving 3 items was just so strong. So I agree with that change for sure. The Carl the Kernite essence was buffed as its previous effect could be very difficult to obtain. While we did get a build of it, I do agree with this. Even with a destroyed golem, this should help increase the viability of the essence. Thank you. The miners were buffed as the amount of coins they granted for destroyed symbols was almost never enough to get one past mid-game. True, I only ever add miners early game. This is especially true when combined with the low value symbols that the destroyed ores and big ores would add to the player's inventory. 100%, you'd get a miner, they'd destroy some ore for 10 gold, and then that ore would add a pearl, and you'd end up with like 4 pearls on the board. And it was never great, so once again, it's given a bit of a positive to taking miners. I agree with that. The mines were buffed in order to slightly increase their power level when compared to golems, their uncommon counterpart. I agree with that 100% as well. The Nori the rabbit essence had its permanent multiplier reduced as its effect was way too easy to trigger when compared to the long-term benefits that could be obtained. The amount of rabbits and rabbit fluffs needed to trigger the essence was also increased to make players have to commit a bit more to a rabbit build if they wanted to benefit from the permanent multiplier. Yeah, you saw our build the last 2 days, so that makes sense to me. Maybe rabbits will not be as strong anymore, but cat builds maybe. They haven't nerfed Black Cat, so there's potential. That is difficult to get, I suppose. The Piggy Bank was buffed in order to increase the item's game saving potential, as well as making it not just a strictly worse horseshoe. Yeah, this was an issue, so I'm glad this has changed. The plum was removed from the game as its effect was identical to Peach and didn't make the game more fun or intriguing in any way. True, because of course an orange is the same value, but an orange can be eaten by a pirate, so yeah, it's just sad to see it go, to be honest. Oh well, maybe it's just going to be Peach builds from now on then. The Protractor Essence and Telescope Essence had their spin timers reduced as their effects could guarantee a win in most situations. True. I mean, you saw yesterday what Telescope Essence actually did, how much money it gave me, so that makes complete sense. Recycling had its rarity increased as the effect, which while very fun and powerful, was appearing too frequently, and the item being very rare instead of rare should make it feel more special when one gets to benefit from the large amount of reroll tokens gained. So this is going to make the really good 20 symbol builds kind of difficult now, because we won't be getting reroll as early as we usually do, because of course Comfy Pillow isn't going to help us too much. Where before you'd get Comfy Pillow, you could kind of guarantee you were going to see recycling pretty soon, but now its chances are even lower, so kind of sucks, but I guess maybe it needed to be done. Recycling Essence had its reroll tokens reduced to bring the item in line with other essences power levels. Yeah, I agree, but once again, it's going to make it even harder to get those insane builds for me, which is my main concern, but it makes the game more challenging. I'm all for it. Swear Jar's effect was extremely difficult to trigger, so the essence had its values changed to make the effect easier to obtain. Okay. I mean, yeah, I agree with this. Swear jar is impossible after like the first 10 spins, so I agree with that. Time Machine Essence's effect could be easily triggered at many stages of the game, so the amount of triggers has been reduced in order to reduce its power level. Nice. Okay, I agree. So it only does 2 now, so instead of 3. Yeah, I think I agree with that. And then as always, please let Dan know your thoughts either in the comments or in the official Discord. And the same goes for me. You know we like to discuss these patch notes. Let me know in the comments what you think. There's a lot of nerfs in this. Like a lot of nerfs. So it's going to be a lot to discuss. We always discuss it in the comments, and we've also got a Look Be a Landlord channel in our Discord, exclusively for Look Be a Landlord content. So if you want to come talk about it in there, feel free. The link will be in the description as always. And there's all these bug fixes, so if you want to go read through these, because these are kind of the things that maybe won't affect everybody, because only a few people have seen these bugs, feel free to click the link to go and read the patch notes for yourself, and you can have a look at the bug fixes, because I don't usually read through these. So that's the longest patch notes video we've ever done. Absolutely insane amount of content. It's kind of crazy to think about, but I'm happy. I thought this update was going to be very small when they said they're having a rest and quality of life update only kind of thing. So I'm very happy. I'm excited for the new symbols, the new items. I'm excited for the new colors. We're going to try it all out in today's video, I guess, later on, but also the stream tonight. So it will likely be sometime around 7 or 8 p.m. BST, British Summer Time. I might stream earlier. I might stream later. Best thing to do is to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/APQ Live, and that'll notify you when I do go live. But of course, I'll also tweet it and put it in the Discord as well. So thank you everybody for watching. Carry on doing the usual YouTube stuff, and until next time, goodbye.